Now, residents, civil society groups and representatives from the SAPS will gather in Mahikeng today to discuss ways to tackle substance abuse in the Northwest.
The dialogue has been organized by the province's Social Development Department in partnership with the Central Drug Authority. Now, many communities, including young people, are in the grips of drug addiction and have made repeated pleas for help. Our reporter, Refiloe Seboko, is watching developments and she joins us now live. Quite the task this, solving substance abuse issues across the entire length and breadth of the Northwest. Do we know what this project entails?
Well, it is indeed quite a task, Ayanda. This is why we are saying today that there's going to be this dialogue that includes or involves a lot of stakeholders. Civil organizations are here, part of the discussions that will be happening today. Like you rightfully said there, that we saw some drug users here in Mahikeng in the Northwest Province that had made a plea to the Social Development Department to keep their promises of helping, because quite a couple of times they do mention that there are officials or other people that come to them promise to assist them, but that never happens. But the drug addiction on its own, when we have engagement with them, saying that it's a challenge, and some that wants to leave that addiction. I'm joined by Offense. She is a social worker, and she tells us about her work, Offense, working with drug abusers. Tell us more about that.
Okay. Hello. So as a social worker, for what I do is a lot of intensive therapy with the services of Sarona. What we do as Sunpark is we try to find what was the cause of the addiction. Was it social pressure, for example, with the children, even with the adults? Was it work-related or family-related issues like marital issues? Like we can name a lot of factors actually into this whole thing. So we try to work on the depth, the core of the addiction, and how do you manage to live as a substance recovering addict in the future.
And in most of your engagements, what are you finding as the core reason as to why people would get into drugs?
Okay. When the most common factor when it comes to the youth that we work with, you would find that they have a lot of abandonment issues related to relationships with their parents, for example. A lot of social pressure, especially in the school setting or within their environments. And then with the adults, you would find that some of them, maybe they have their own childhood traumatic experiences that they've passed on. It's affecting their current family system. A lot of work-related stresses, financial issues, because most of the adults that we work with, you would find they are breadwinners. So those are the most common factors that we work with. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Offense. Offense, she is a social worker, just breaking down there for us some of the reasons that makes people get to use drugs, but these engagements are also into trying to find a solution into the scourge of substance abuse in the Northwest Province. Remember that we've followed a story quite a couple of times in trying to assist, and also not drug abuse, but also how it's also contributing to criminal activities in some communities.
What an important story this is. Refiloe Seboko, live to us there from Mahikeng in the Northwest. Thanks very much indeed.